Hey Motor Trend, thank you for this opportunity, and I'll start off with saying a little about myself and then the couple projects behind me, which are just a couple of the few I have, which seems like we all have too many projects going on, not enough time, but I like to make time. Therefore, this one behind me is a little 9 second, and this little bike is probably 12 second, not yet 11, but a little about myself is I'm 27, and for the past, since I was 16, 15, 16, getting my permit, I was working on cars with pretty much my neighbors. I had some Russian neighbors move in next to my house when I was about 16, and they were in the car business, exporting everything. And my family was law enforcement, so I was uh, pretty, I guess, revolved around getting something that was more of a standard car that was factory or that you bought from a dealership, and then you pretty much just redo it, uh, and you pretty much just keep it the way it is, and have other people work on it for you. You don't redo it yourself. And Vlad, pretty much my neighbor, pretty much got me into taking these cars and modifying them yourself. And my first project was an XJ6. That was a 1984 XJ6, and that car had a problem with the spark plugs, and so we ended up changing them all. Driving down the road, and I hear a big shotgun blast, and like 30 feet away, 5 seconds later, I hear a spark plug fall on the ground, and I was like, "What the heck was that?" Turns out it's cylinder number 3 spark plug. The threads were stripped. I'm thinking there's not that much pressure; it's not going to blow up. Blew it out like 50 feet in the air, probably. So what happened was that was my first attempt on rethreading and uh, I guess, yeah, just rethreading a new spark plug chamber, a little bit bigger, and then having the steel threads go in there. From that point, I moved on to an old 84 automatic truck that my grandpa gave me. It was a Toyota pickup, and that thing was awesome, just a two-door automatic, engine blue. My grandpa gave me the chassis, and I ended up taking it down to Otay in San Diego and having them put in a new motor. That was no big deal. Got it back, drove it around, ended up welding the rear and front diff, crazy. And then we ended up taking the whole bed off and then welding a whole cage up, and with just scrap iron that we found, around the uh, around the house, around businesses around us in Vista. So from that point, it just took off. I mean, the very next project was an SR20, which pretty much uh, everyone's tried. I hope everyone's tried at least, because that was a great project. Not that fast, but great project. I was always torn in between a career and having something of the car area, so I try to blend them together. And now I have a clothing line and a store right here in Escondido, which is called Itis, and it's off 154 Grand Avenue, West Grand Avenue, and I do just shirts, and I do hats, and I do a lot of custom airbrush stuff. Um, I've done a lot of car work in that thing too. Back here, this is just one of like the few bikes I've had back there. I'll pick up people's projects that they don't know how to fix in boxes, and then I'll just throw it back together, do a couple wiring things, and then it comes out pretty much running, and then I'll just sell it, because I want something more of like a turbo bike, and so I just like to get these old guys running because I like to see them on the road. Uh, for the most part, my business takes up a lot of my time, but I do find hobby time for these projects behind me. Um, we can jump into those projects right now. So we have here on the left is a Datsun 510. You're right, my left, and that thing has a KA rebuilt completely by me for 9 seconds. And we put it all together, did a standalone ECU, which is the Mega Squirt, the micro squirt module, and we pretty much put a turbo, a GT35 on it, which is a 63 trim in the front, and then I think it's 60 in the rear. So probably be boosting around 5,000 RPM, which is not a big deal because we have new valves and a new cam. We can go up to around 8 grand is what I was told. I'll keep it at 7,500 just to be safe. So we'll go look at that right now. So here you have here you have pretty much the engine bay, which is the GT35. I had to run off the ignition distributor, the Dizzy, for now, because what happened was when I initially put the thing together, I had spark control through the module, and one of the spark modules went out for some reason. The ECU triggers it, and so I guess that ECU chip, one of the legs on it, which gives us the spark, or which gives us the signal, at least the grounding signal for the transistor, it ended up going out. And why, I have no idea, but I sent it back into the company, and so this thing is not running because the ECU is gone. But I'll take you in a little bit closer to show you what was done here. Now we have 1000cc injectors in the front right there. Kind of crappy wiring because I was kind of figuring out what was going on, and turned out it was something beyond the injectors. It turned out to be the actual module. We have a oiling system, which is a side mount oiling system to take it away from the block, and which that goes into my power steering pump. So my power steering pump acts as the dry sump system, which pulls all the oil from a canister inside the car, pretty much throws it into this, and gives us the dry sump system, which I have a little write-up on it on the Nico forums. We'll look in here. So there's the dry sump system, and there's the connector for the module, and just a bunch of other stuff. So what happened was there was too much horsepower in this car to help or to actually make the stock rear end reliable. So pretty much put a 4-link Ford rear end in, and needs to be cleaned up. Needs to be kind of you know, taken over, but sealed up the back. But for the most part, it works really well. It burns out, and that's what I care about. So here's the Ford rear end, how far it sticks out, and just coilovers on that. And then we just have this bike project that I've been working on, and it's been coming out really nice. I'll do a quick startup on this, and that will wrap up my video. Thank you so much, guys, for allowing me to put together this video, which is not professional, but that's why I need a video team, I guess. So here we go, we'll start it up. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Andrew Castellanos, and I'd appreciate it if I was considered, because this is what I love to do. Even though I have a business on the side, I'd love to do this for a living. So thank you so much. Bye.